All right, all right, all right. It's time to do the guitar lesson for Lonesome Fugitive by Merle Haggard. And I did performed it earlier, and simple 3 chords, G, C, and D shape. And I'm going to call them G, C, and D. But I've got a capo on this first fret, which actually makes this G an A flat or G sharp. But just to make it simple, I'm going to call it a G. The original recording, I think it was in G. That means you would take this capo off and just play a regular G chord. But I'm pretty sure, actually, if you listen to the recording, it's actually here, which is a F sharp. And I know that a lot of recordings, a lot of old recordings, what they would do was, if they felt the tempo was too fast, they would slow the tempo down on the tape, and what that would do is it would actually lower the pitch of the song. So that's what I would guess that they did. I don't think that I don't think that they did any drop tunings or anything like that in country music at that point in time. They do now, but I don't think they did then. So I would say that's what it is. Sometimes they'll do it the other way. Sometimes they'll feel that the song was dragging after they recorded it, and they listen to it and they say, we need to speed it up a little bit, but it sounded really good, so we'll just speed it up, and it actually raises the key and makes it sound, it gives it a higher pitch. This one, I think it was lower, but anyways, for the sake of all that, I'm going to call this a G. And what it is a G, C, and a D. So the intro of the song is G, C, D, C, D, back to G. And that is the intro. And that's when he starts off with, I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. He does the chorus first, after the intro. So what that is the same chords. G for 1 measure, C, 1 measure, D for 2 measures. Then back to C for 2 measures, and D. So let's go back to that. It's G, C, D, C, D. Okay? Now, the next part of the chorus, we're in the same chords. Down every road is a G, C, D, C for 1 measure, then back to D, then back to G. And that's the end of the chorus. And then it just holds it out. Then they go, that's where it goes to the first verse. The first verse is like, I used to raise a lot of cane in my younger years. Okay, so what? It's identical all the way through it. It does 2 patterns. It does the first time through, G for 1 measure, C for 1 measure, D for 2, C for 1 measure, D for 1 measure, back to G. That's it. If you listen to the song and you want to play along with what I did, Those are all the chords. Those are the patterns, and that's as simple as I can put it. It's really a very easy song to do. Now, after you do you do a chorus, you do the first verse, then you do another chorus. There's a little instrumental break, and what I do is, what I did was, since we're in this G or A flat, and I'm thinking A flat up here because I've got to go with notes that are up here. An A flat chord, and if you don't know your chord shapes up and down the neck, I encourage you to go on YouTube or somewhere and look up there are methods for you to learn to be able to visualize chord shapes up and down the neck. And so the very first chord that you play over is actually an A flat. So you got to be thinking A flat. An A flat is actually, if you cover, it would be your eighth fret on your third string up, ninth fret on your second string up, and eighth fret on your bottom string, like a D-shaped chord, and you only play those three notes. You're actually playing an A flat chord, just up here, an octave higher. Also, this shape here, the same shape, but if you put one finger on the bottom string of the 11th fret, you're going to end up with, and that is also an A flat chord. This is the 5th, which just repeats this. They're the same note, one octave higher. So what it does, what I do is, it has a sound like. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this 10th fret and I'm starting to bend on it, just to bend it to make it to match this pitch. So and then I'm just playing like what's called an arpeggio of this chord. I'm just going back to the 8th fret, 9th fret, and 8th fret. And then I'm switching to which I was actually playing a bar chord, like the F-shaped bar chord, with the bar in the 9th fret. And what that's going to give you is your second chord. So what that sounds like together is, and then, and what that is, it's like a A shape or a B flat shape bar chord that is barred over into this, would be the 6th fret, and from the second string from the top down, you're barring that all the way down, and this finger or these three, however it is that you can that you play your bar chord in this shape. I usually, I'll play it with my ring finger, and I'll bar these three strings below it, which are the 3rd string down, 4th string down, and 5th string down, second from the bottom. And basically I'm strumming from the 2nd string from the top down to the 2nd string from the bottom. But it would work if you, in this 6th fret, if you pay attention to the dots here. So how that goes is, that's that D-shaped chord, F-shaped chord in the 9th fret, then that A-shaped chord in the 6th fret. And then it'll back off, back 2 frets, then back to a D. Okay, so what we're getting. If you don't want to play that lead part, all it is the same as the verse. The second, what would be the ending of the verse would be G, C, D, C, D to G, and those are the chords that this lead's playing over top of. That's pretty much what I did. That's not what they do on the record, note for note, but you're on the right chords. Anyways, all it is, it's a chorus, a verse, another chorus, an instrumental break, one more verse, and another chorus, and the song's over. And it's the same chord pattern over and over again. So, good luck with it. If you have any questions about it, you want me to clarify anything, that's what I'm here for. Let me know. Thanks.